I was hoping for a bit more sun this summer, but it is what it is. I wanted to talk about why doing semen retention can make you emotionally numb or emotionally unavailable. Because there's a fine line between doing retention and opening yourself up and doing retention and shutting yourself down and becoming isolated and withdrawn and emotionally numb. So what happens is when you start doing self-improvement things and you find retention, you get this sense of power back, right? You get this sense that finally I'm doing something for me. And it's almost like all the pain that you felt from, let's say, dating or just society in itself or social media, all the things that's been bothering you inside on a soul level and it's been chipping away on your soul, you finally feel like you're taking that back somehow, taking that power back into yourself with retention. And retention is giving you the power to not focus on those things anymore. Because when you're doing retention, you're fine just being by yourself. You're working out, you're doing daily habits, and you're just in your zone, you're in grind mode, right? But what happens is that you start to become isolated without you even noticing it. You start to twist your mind into ways or into saying things to yourself or justifying things to yourself like, I'm not focusing on women right now, or I'm not dating because I don't want these influences in my life. I want to focus on me. I want to elevate. I want to become the best man that I can be. But the point here is that in order for you to become that man and to become the best version of yourself, you have to be able to stay in these emotionally vulnerable but also difficult situations, right? You need to handle life. You need to be able to handle women, handle your own emotions, handle the difficulties of modern society. You can't just hide away and shove all your feelings down and just hide in this grind mode. You need the balance in yourself. You need to be able to open yourself up when you need to, and you need to have discernment when to not shut down, but keep your emotions private, or when to open up, like I said. Because that's really the key. The key here is not to become so invested in retention that you forget that women and dating and your emotions exist. It's to be comfortable with them. It's to integrate your emotions, is to become aware of them, is to become better at handling them and better at expressing them. And what I would advise you to do is when you're doing retention, start to become vulnerable with yourself, become expressive with yourself, start journaling, start doing things that is releasing your emotions, so that when you are going out there again and you want to date or you want to meet women, you're more comfortable with these emotions. So many men today hide their emotions and they're afraid of their emotions. They're afraid that they don't have space for them or that other people don't have space for them. But the first person you need to focus on is you. You need to be the man that is okay with emotions himself first before you start pointing fingers or having excuses for other people. Because when you're comfortable with your own emotions, you don't have trouble with expressing them first and foremost, but also seeing and realizing who is safe to express them to and who you should stay away from. You need to be okay expressing your emotions. You need to be okay being out there and being vulnerable. And then when you've done the work, when you're alone, when you're by yourself, you know when to, you know what you actually want, right? You know what kind of woman you want, you know what kind of life you want, and it's much easier for you to go out there and express those needs, express those thoughts, and have discernment when choosing a partner. Because you're not doing it from a need anymore. You're doing it from an abundance in yourself. You have an abundance of love and emotions and feelings, and you want to be vulnerable with someone. You want to take care of someone, and you want to be the man that you know that you can be. You don't want to like hide forever. You don't want to shame women. You don't want to stay in these negative thoughts and feelings about dating and culture and like everything is just bad. No, you want to be comfortable with whatever you're facing. Whatever is thrown at you, you're comfortable, you can handle it. And you know that you're not thrown off just by a woman not agreeing with you, or somebody, you find out that somebody is emotionally manipulative or they have bad intentions. You're not like immediately discouraged just for that reason. You know that there are people like that, but you also know that you yourself are so comfortable and secure in yourself that you can push that aside. You don't get influenced by it. You don't let it bother you too much. So you just let it slide, and you just like live your life, and you're more comfortable. So that's what I wanted to say, is that when you're doing retention, just be aware of your mind and your thoughts and why you're doing it. If you're doing it because you're still hiding from yourself, you're still trying to hide all your negative feelings, and you do this in this very powerful way with retention. It can feel empowering, it can feel like you're doing the right thing, but trust me, if you're just hiding, you're not really retaining for the right reasons. And that's what you need to do. You need to find out why you want to retain, why you want all this energy, and then be the bigger man and actually confront those negative feelings, confront all the stuff that's inside of you. Do it through meditation, do it through journaling, do it through being by yourself in solitude, but also with your friends. Have somebody like give you real hard advice. Don't hang around people who won't question you or won't call you out on your bullshit. You need those guys in your life and those men in your life. And you can be that man for yourself as well. You can question yourself why you're doing stuff, and you can always improve and get better and get better. So yeah, don't let retention isolate you and make you isolated. I don't know how to describe it. Withdrawn, and just like because that is the issue in society today, that so many men isolate, and retention is almost like the ultimate way to isolate. If you don't, and it can feel empowering if you don't see it. That's my point. If you don't notice that thing happening that you're isolating, you think it's just empowering, you're drifting even further away from your true power and your true self. So yeah, don't isolate, bro. I'm gonna try and enjoy this day. It's summer here in Norway, but not a lot of sun, as you can see. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.